Welcome to our Monday afternoon class. Just have your block nearby as we get started. We're working our way towards the splits today, but lots of variations along the way. And one more day talking about the Sacral Chakra, Svadhisthana, and we'll talk more about that as we get started. So let's do it. Hit play on your playlist if you're listening to music, and then we'll begin in Child's Pose. So Child's Pose, toes to touch at the back of your mat. Spread your knees wide, walk your palms forward, let your forehead settle into your space. And then let your hips comfortably rest towards your heels, your forehead soften as well, your forearms, soften as well. Shoulders, places that may have built up some tension during your workday. Just start to let that all start to relax and let go of some tension. As you relax into your mat, connect more deeply to your breath and feel that deeper connection to breath. Take you deeper into your awareness of yourself. And that awareness of self is very much an aspect of connecting to the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra in Sanskrit is called Svadhisthana, and it literally translates as self-established. So we are dialing into a deeper, more authentic connection with ourselves as part of this practice today. In your body, the sacral chakra is towards the base of your spine. If you think of where your hips crease to about 2 inches below your belly button, that's about where the sacral chakra space is. So in our practice today, we will give a lot of attention to our hips, and in particular, the bending and straightening of your legs to engage and stretch your hip flexors. So when we bring balance to the energy in the sacral chakra, we are essentially bringing balance into the relationship we have with our creative self. This is a space of creativity, a space where we really get to know who we are individually, what we enjoy, what we're passionate about. Our more deeper relationships are connected through this space. So this is a really important space energetically in terms of creating a deeper sense of ourselves. So with that in mind, we'll use a really simple mantra for our practice. Inhale, think I am. Exhale, creative. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. From here, seal your lips, begin your Ujjayi Pranayama practice. This nostril breath is particularly important in these chakra balancing sequences because that is the breath that brings more energy and more movement through the highways that carry prana. Prana is essentially life energy. It starts with breath, but it doesn't end there. So as we breathe more deeply, we're letting energy flow more thoroughly. And today we're giving particular attention to that energetic space of your sacral chakra. One more inhale in through your nose. Through your nose, breathe out. On your next inhale breath, shift forward to tabletop pose. And once you're in tabletop, just start to move in whatever ways feel good. Been still for a couple minutes now. So just to feel a little motion in your hips. You can feel motion in your shoulders. If you'd like a little cat and cow, go for it. You could add some twisting, some side stretching as well. Just some gentle organic movement. And remember, creativity is the name of the day. So let creation happen in your movement, the choices that you make, feeling organic, feeling authentic to what you need, what you'd like as part of your practice. The sacral chakra is about pleasure as well. So leaning into the things that feel good and making space to feel good. Once those movements feel sufficient, come back to tabletop pose and then add a calf stretch on the right side. So push your right foot to the back of your mat, press your heel behind you, broaden your chest here, get a nice stretch on the back line of your leg, lots of straightening and bending of your legs happening. I mean, that always happens, right? But we're gonna give a little bit more focus and attention to that in our practice today. So just feel a first little stretch here. And then from there, a modified side plank. So keep your left knee down, your left palm down, push your right foot to the mat, reach your right arm up. Once here, you can start to roll out your wrist, bend and straighten your elbow, maybe some deeper movement in your shoulder joint as well. Work to lift your right hip up to get a hip opening happening on your left side. And then come back to that twist, Reach your right arm high, take a breath in, reach to the ceiling. As you exhale, come to stand on your left knee, point your right toes up, keep your right leg nice and straight. Right palm on your right thigh, left arm up, gate pose. Breathe in, reach your left arm to the ceiling. Exhale, add the side bend here. Creep your right fingertips down your right shin. Reach your left palm up and over towards the back of your mat. If you're near a wall like I am, you can even push your foot into the wall. Take a little deeper stretch in your back leg. Breathe in. Deepen as you breathe out. Slowly lift your chest back up. Back to tabletop pose, knees underneath your hips, and then stood on the left side. Calf stretch on the left. Push your left foot to the back of your mat. Feel that stretch along the back line, lower half of your leg especially. Your hips stay square to the mat. Your gaze stays down. Keep a little broadening in your chest. And then as you're ready for the modified side plank, go for it. Push your right palm down. Keep your right knee to the mat. Reach your left arm up. Once you're there, again, find a little motion in your arm. Feel some deeper movement in your shoulder while you work to lift your left hip even higher up towards the ceiling above you. Right arm underneath your right shoulder. And then back to that twist, left arm high, breathe in. Exhale, slowly come to stand on your right knee, right palm up, left palm down, point your left toes up as well. Breathe in, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, gate pose. Reach your right fingertips towards the back of your mat. Creep your left fingertips down. Rather than collapsing your chest towards your left leg, keep it open to the side of your mat to let this stretch really happen in your side body as well as the back line of your left leg. Breathe in. Deepen as you breathe out. Slowly come on back up. Back to tabletop pose, and then push back to your first downward facing dog. Curl your toes under, lift your hips, find some wiggles in your feet. Some little shaking in your hips side to side. You can even press one palm to the other. Whatever little nuances feel good. We associate the element of water with the sacral chakra. So water, it brings in the sense of fluidity. And when we bring balance to the sacral chakra space, we are really leaning into a sense of being fluid through being open and ready for what we need. As you come back to stillness in your downward facing dog, push your hips up. Let your heels soften to the mat. Let your gaze hang heavy between your shins. Breathe in, add a little more length in your spine. Breathe out, relax your heels down. Inhale, look to your palms. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Step your feet forward behind your wrists. Grab for opposite elbow or forearm. Maybe there's a different ragdoll or forward fold variation you'd like. Go for it. Forward folding is definitely connected to the sacral chakra because again, you're hinging at your hip crease, which is where the sacral chakra resides along the back of your spine. Bend your knees as much as you need. Switch your grip as you're ready. Opposite arm in front or any other variation you'd like in your practice today. Beautiful choices, my friends. Release your fingertips down. Toe heel your feet together till the arches touch. Bend your knees a lot and then slowly, slowly, slowly uncurl, unfurl all the way up to stand. Reach the crown of your head up, find some shoulder rolls, some movement in your neck, anything else that might feel good, especially if you're at the end of your workday. Before meeting at standing at attention pose, Samastitihi. Push your thumbs to your heart, spread your fingers wide, lift through the crown of your head as you push underneath your feet. So as we stop to set intention for our practice, again, we are creating a deeper balance and connection to our relationship with our creative self. And our creative self emerges in lots of ways. Our emotional stability, our intimate relationships, what we find passionate in the world, and what we desire to achieve and desire to strive for. Is there any of those things that feels like it'd like a little bit more attention through your breath and your movement today? Whatever it might be, we'll send it out with our unified breath. Exhale the air out. Breathe and fill up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Seal your lips, inhale, I am. Exhale, creative. Blink your eyes open. Soften your palms down. Sun A to connect with breath. Inhale, mountain pose. Feel the fluidity in the movement. Exhale, forward fold. Let go of rigidity as you flow. Inhale, halfway lift. Create length in your spine. Exhale, high to low plank. Plant your palms. Step back. Bend your elbows to your ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press into your palms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Pause, breathe in. And breathe out. Let's flow again. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Feet to touch at the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Add that length. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, mountain pose. Lengthen your spine. Reach to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. You can do thumb through heart center or swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Push your weight to your toes. Exhale, high to low plank. That can also be done from your knees as you bend your elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, I. Breathe out, create. Final Sunday is on your own, my friends. It is a creative opportunity. So maybe you add on a little bit. Maybe you do something that feels particularly good in your body. You could freestyle. You could stay in down dog. You can do whatever you darn well please, right? Sense of self-authorship, relationship with your creative self. Own your choices. Feel confident in your movement. And allow yourself to feel fluid as well, like we're moving through water, like we are water. Embrace the fluidity. Feel the opportunity to open to what's inside of you. Beautiful choices. You look great when you reach the end of this last Sunday. We'll meet in down dog. You are welcome to ground yourself at any time, really, in child's pose, the seat on your mat. Gorgeous, Julie. Everybody take a big breath in. Breathe out. Down dog if you're not there. Inhale. Through your nose, exhale. Sun B time. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, bend at your hips. Lengthen your spine, reach your fingertips high and breathe. Bring your weight far back into your heels. And then notice where you're hinging from your hips. That's going to be a constant thing that we're bringing attention to today. Add a little tuck in your tailbone to lengthen your spine as you sink a little bit lower. Now a little different transition. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your thumbs to heart center, then double lunge in your legs. Step your left foot way, way back and hover your left knee off of the mat. Keep your shoulders over your hips. Notice that as you hinge at your right hip, you're lengthening the front of your left hip. And that's the example of your hip flexor stretching versus your hip flexor engaging. Then come all the way down to your back knee. Inhale, Crescent Moon. Gently plant your left knee down, reach your arms high. And as you exhale for this first Crescent Moon, interlace your fingers on your right thigh and give your hips a little extra push forward, getting an even deeper stretch on the front of your left hip flexor, bending into your right knee. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears. You might even start to feel a little gentle back bend here as you push forward in your hips. And then arms back up high. Inhale, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, half splits with airplane arms. Straighten your front leg, push your hips back, reach your palms behind you, continue to hold. So now you're straightening in your front leg and bending in your left. Dig your right heel in, but micro bend as much as you need and broaden your chest. We come to stand. Inhale, Crescent Lunge, curl your back toes under, sweep your palms to the ceiling, lengthen your spine, breathe. Square your hips forward, right hip crease back, left hip forward. Keep that little tuck in your tailbone as you crunch your abdominals. Breathe in. Exhale, wide pyramid pose with airplane arms. Re-straighten your front leg, re-push your hips back, re-airplane your arms behind you. Squeeze your inner thighs. Keep your hips squaring forward and push into your right big toe for a little extra stretch. Inhale, star pose, toes out, heels in, open to the side of your mat. Exhale, goddess pose, also known as horse pose. Thumbs to heart center, bend your knees, sink low. First couple times in goddess pose, we'll do kind of freestyle our movement. So you can bounce up and down, kind of shimmy your hips a little side to side. You could add it a little twisting. We'll certainly start twisting a little bit later in class, but whatever feels good for you. And then gently come back to stillness and goddess. Tuck your tailbone under, thumbs to heart center, push to the outer edges of your feet. Now stay low in your stance. Inhale, warrior two. Point your right toes forward, straighten through your left leg, reach your arms wide and breathe. So make sure your toes are pointing now straight to the front of your mat, and you're guiding your right knee directly in that same direction. Square your shoulders open to the side. Breathe. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach your right arm forward and down. Sweep your left arm high, and then make little space in your right side body as you rotate your chest open. Maintain the lunge in your legs and charge to the outer edge of your back foot. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep the bend in your front knee. Exhale, high to low plank. Step back, bend your elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do the left side. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, chair pose, sink low into your hips. Exhale, double lunge on the left, thumbs to heart. Big, big step back with your right foot, and then hover your right knee just off of your mat. Feel your spine stack. Tuck your tailbone under. Give a little engagement under your pelvic floor by squeezing your inner thighs. Then come all the way down gently, right knee to the mat. Inhale, crescent moon, reach your palms up. As you exhale, interlace your fingers on your left thigh. And for this first one, get a little bit more press of your hips forward, a little bit more length on the front of your right hip. So your hip flexor is essentially what connects the upper and lower halves of your body. And when you push your hips forward here, your right side is lengthening your hip flexor. Your left side is engaging your hip flexor. Arms back up high, breathe. Exhale, half splits with airplane arms. Straighten your left leg, reach your palms back as you hinge your chest forward, breathe. Really dig your left heel in, flex your left toes towards you, lift your navel up and in. We rise to stand. Inhale, crescent lunge, curl your back toes under, sweep your palms to the ceiling, pause and breathe. Feel your shoulders lift over your hips. Push into your left heel as you press your right heel back. Breathe in. Exhale, wide pyramid with airplane arms. Straighten your front leg. Reach your fingertips back. Now push into your front big toe. Pivot your left hip crease back. Point your tailbone behind you. Inhale, star pose. Make that big X shape to the side. Exhale, goddess pose. Thumbs to heart. Sink low in your hips. Last time we'll hold goddess pose. So again, opportunity to freestyle and feel that sense of creativity here. What does your body need right now? Is there ways you can kind of move your hips that feels really good? I know when I do this little like shimmy side to side, I like feel it in my outer hips, which is kind of nice. All right, back into goddess pose. Sink low into your hips, as low as feels good for you. Tuck your tailbone underneath. Lift your chest and then push your sternum bone to your thumbs. Stay low. Inhale, warrior two to the front. Point your left toes forward. Gaze over your left palm. Shrug your shoulders down and breathe. So as your hips angle slightly forward for warrior two, feel that gentle twist to draw your chest open to the side and shrug your shoulders down. Breathe. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward with your left palm, then drop it down. Reach your right arm high. Last posture will hold to set up sun B. So push your left arm and your left leg into each other. Rotate your torso open. Lift your gaze. Inhale, reverse warrior. Maintain the bend in your front knee. Exhale, high to low plank, your versions of choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Amazing job. Big breath in, I am. Breathe out, creative. Let's flow it, breath to movement. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, lift your chest. Exhale, double lunge, step your left foot back and hover your knee. Inhale, crescent moon, gently plant your knee, reach up. Exhale, half splits with airplane arms, straighten your front leg. Inhale, crescent lunge, push into your left foot to come to stand. Exhale, wide pyramid with airplane arms, press your tailbone back. Inhale, star pose, toes out, heels in. Exhale, goddess pose, sink low into your hips. Inhale, warrior two, gaze over your right palm. Exhale, extended side angle, keep the length in your side bodies. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach up, look up. Exhale, high to low plank. You could skip that or you could hold high plank instead. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, chair, sit low into your weight to your heels. Exhale, double lunge, kick your right foot back and hover this time. Inhale, crescent moon, gently plant your right knee down. Exhale, half splits with airplane arms, feel the stretch on the back of your left leg. Inhale, crescent lunge, come to stand, squeeze your inner thighs. Exhale, wide pyramid with airplane arms, push into your left big toe. Inhale, star, big open to the side. Exhale, goddess, sink low as you point your tailbone down. Inhale, warrior two, gaze forward. Exhale, extended side angle, keep the bend in your left knee. Inhale, reverse warrior, stretch your side body. Exhale, high to low plank, hug your elbows right to your rib cage. Yes, yes, yes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's add on a tad. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, chair, sit just as low. Feel your hip flexors engage. Exhale, double lunge right side, so you step your left foot back. Now this time, inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Take your time, push into your right foot, bend your left knee out from your hip, sweep your palms high, and breathe. Flex your left toes up, straighten through your right leg, squeeze your glutes, lengthen your low back. We'll do it a couple times with breath. Breathe and reach to the ceiling. Exhale, double lunge, thumbs to heart, step back, hover your knee just off the mat. Inhale, one-legged mountain, push into your right foot to lift yourself up. Exhale, double lunge, big step back and hover your knee. One more time, inhale, one-legged mountain, lift, 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 lift. Exhale, double lunge, step back and hover. We move on, inhale, crescent moon, drop your left knee to the mat. Exhale, half splits. This time with half splits, tense your fingers on your mat like we typically would. And then from there, opportunity for easy twist. Keep your left palm down, reach your right arm up while maintaining your half splits in your legs. If this creates a pretty intense stretch in your right leg, you can always bend your knee a little bit here as you twist open to the side. As we start to add some twisting, the twist emerges from your sacral chakra space. So the very base of your twist is what's allowing you to open even more, that opening to your creative side. You're here for 3. Come to crescent lunge in 2. And 1, crescent lunge, square your chest forward, lift off your back knee. Inhale, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, wide pyramid with airplane arms. Sweep your chest forward. Inhale, star pose. Come back to that breath connection. Exhale, goddess, thumbs to heart as you sink low. Inhale, warrior two, gaze forward, right knee forward. Exhale, extended side angle, open your chest. Now listen, inhale, look beyond your right big toe. Exhale, half moon pose. If you've got a block, you might bring it with you. Push your block down underneath your right palm. Straighten your right leg, kick your left foot up, open your chest, reach your left arm directly over your right, flex your left toes towards your face. As you lift your left hip higher, yes, Tammy, we've got it. Fabulous Monday, here for 3. Reverse warrior into, and 1. Yes, Crystal, looking up. Inhale, reverse warrior, love it. Exhale, high to low plank. Nicely done, my friends. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Final side, inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, come to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, get that really long spine. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, chair, sit low, low, low into your chair. Exhale, double lunge left side, so your right foot steps back. And then inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Take your time for this first one. Push into your left foot. Flex your left quad to straighten your left leg. Flex your right hip flexor to bend your right knee out from your hip. Reach high, breathe. Find a spot to gaze in front of you. Feel grounded underneath the pad of your left foot and lift your right knee out from your hip. Breathe in. Exhale, double lunge, big step back and hover your knee a couple times with breath. Inhale, one-legged mountain, straighten your left leg, bend your right knee up. Exhale, double lunge, big step back and hover. Last one, inhale, one-legged mountain. Exhale, one final double lunge. And then inhale, crescent moon, gently plant your knee, reach up. Exhale, half splits with fingertips on the mat. And then option for that easy twist. Right palm down, left arm high. Twist over your left thigh. Remember, you can bend back into your left knee as much as you'd like. And really use the foundations of your twist to help you open even more. Navel up and in. Twists emerge from somewhere, but there's the opportunity to continue to explore it, right? Stay fluid. Feel that fluidity. You're here for 3. Crescent lunge in 2. And 1. Nice, Julie. Crescent lunge, face forward, come to stand. Big breath in. Exhale, wide pyramid with airplane arms. 1 last time. Inhale, star pose. Big X shape rises up. Exhale, goddess pose. Really strengthening move as you lower down. Inhale, warrior 2. Reach through your fingertips. Exhale, extended side angle. Feel that length in your side bodies. Inhale, look beyond your left big toe. Exhale, half moon pose. There is no reason to try to find half moon pose in that one exhale breath. So continue to breathe. And again, we're fluid, right? We're exploring the depth, the nature of our practice today, leaning into and learning about ourselves. Gorgeous focus. Way to stay with it. Yes, and that, love that. You're here for 3. Reverse warrior in 2. And 1. Big step back. Inhale, reverse warrior. That was amazing. Exhale, high to low plank. So good, my friends. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You are fabulous. Big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come all the way through, down to a seat on your mat. Nicely done. High fives all around the screen. We are going to twist deeper. And like I said, we're working our way towards the splits. Lots of versions of the splits, so no worries there. But before we twist deeper, let's get a little bit more core engagement. So lay down, recline bound angle sit-ups. So feet to touch, knees open wide. Hands behind your head, elbows stay wide. Feel your low back press down as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, lift your chest up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift your shoulder blades up. Inhales, lower down. Exhales, lift up. You can go way faster than what I'm cueing right now. There might be a beat to the music if you're listening to some that you can move to, or you just might have your own kind of drummer in your head, right? So again, we are tapping into the side of ourselves where we feel a sense of creativity, where we take care of our well-being emotionally, and we foster the relationships, the intimate pieces of us that are important. So how is that present in rhythm? How is that present in breath? Here for 4, 3, pulse it high in 2, and 1, pulse at the top, just for 4, 3, hold it high in 2, and 1, lift and hold for 4, a little bit higher for 3, bicycle twist in 2, and 1, bicycle twist, twist it right, center, left, center. So now with your knees, you're stacking them over your hips, and then you're twisting your elbow more towards your knee than your knee towards your elbow. From there, there's lots of things you could do with your feet. You could actually plant your feet, or you could lift your feet up above your knees and point your toes for a little scissor kick. You could go way fast. You could go very slow. You could go somewhere in between, but really start to engage those oblique muscles along your side bodies that'll help you twist more effectively, more safely as we move into some deeper twisting. Here for 4, 3, pulse it right in 2, and 1 to the right for 4, 3, pulse it left in 2, and 1 to the left for 4, 3, long body stretch in 2, and 1, long body stretch, arms long, legs long, short little core sequence today. Breathe in, breathe out. We're gonna do a little bit more on your back. Set up bridge pose, feet in towards your seat, hip width distance, so your ankles are underneath your knees. Palms beside you, face down, and then push your hips up towards the ceiling, your chest towards your chin. You are welcome to hold here in bridge. Try to relax your glutes as you engage your inner thighs. Feel the length along the front of your hips. If you'd like to add a little hip opening variation, figure 4 bridge. Kick your right foot up away from the mat and then cross your right ankle on top of your left leg. From there, prevent letting your right hip dip down and continue to push both hip points up as you push your right knee down for a little hip opening stretch at the same time. Continue to lift your chest to your chin. You're here for 3. Switch it out in 2. And 1, switch it out, right foot down, kick your left foot up, and then cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Push your left hip point higher so it aligns with your right as you push your left knee down. You might not get as deep of a little hip opening here because of all the other things your body's doing, but just notice the nuances, the fluidity as you hold. Here for 3. Regular old bridge in 2. And 1, regular bridge, both feet down, push your hips up, lift your chest to your chin, feel that establishment from the mat that helps you to lift your hips higher for 3. Slowly lower all the way down in 2. And 1, slowly lower all the way down, full spine to the mat, recline down the angle, bring your feet together to touch. One option with your palms today would be to bring your palms to your hip creases. And just let your palms rest gently on your hips. This is connecting directly to that sacral chakra space energetically in your body. And so it's an opportunity at our halfway point to simply check in with that relationship with your creative side. And remember, creative means a lot of different things here. Intimacy, emotional well-being, connection to what we're passionate about, connecting to what we truly desire. All of those things fuel our sense of authenticity and help us establish who we are and how we show up in the world. Everybody take a big breath in. Big breath out. Gently hug your knees together and then hug them into your chest. Begin to rock and roll the length of your spine. Eventually coming to downward facing dog, you're welcome to stop and along the way, grab a little sip of water, maybe go through high to low plank, hold your upward facing dog, get a nice little stretch. And then we'll do our second half. We're actually already well into our second half, but we've got a standing series to go, ending it with the splits. So in your downward facing dog, recommit to that very simple mantra. Inhale, I am. Exhale, creative. Let's move on. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, chair pose, sit low into your stance. Exhale, prayer twist, right side, thumbs to heart center, sink even lower, and then twist your left arm on top of your right leg. Couple rules with prayer twists. First off, take a peek at your knees, bring them back in line to the front of your mat. That'll square your hips forward as well. Now drop your hips lower, lift your chest higher, broaden your chest even more to the side, and feel that really long line from your tailbone all the way through the crown of your head. You are already engaging deeply in your hip flexors to make this twist happen. And to bring a little more awareness to that engagement, we'll go a little bit deeper with a one-legged prayer twist. So keep your left foot planted, begin to lift your right heel up, keep your left elbow and your right leg connected, begin to make one-legged mountain legs. Bend your right knee up out from your hip, lengthen your left leg. So you got one-legged mountain in your lower body, prayer twist in your upper body, and then feel that twist open you a little bit more for 3. Regular one-legged mountain in 2. And 1. Regular one-legged mountain, chest forward, arms high, breathe in. Exhale, set up dancer. Kick your right heel to your seat, grab the inner arch of your foot. Inhale, squeeze your knees together. Exhale, begin your dancer pose in as much depth as you'd like. Push your chest forward, kick your right knee back, and your right heel away from your seat. This motion is the exact opposite motion in your hip flexor as to what was happening in that one-legged prayer twist. So enjoy that nice opening stretch on the front of your right hip. Find a spot to gaze to help you balance, but it's okay if you're wobbly, no matter, you're here for 3. Standing splits in 2. And 1, standing splits, fingertips down, point your right toes back. Maybe they go a little higher. 1 breath in, get longer in both legs. Exhale, forward fold, feet to the mat to touch. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do the other side. Inhale, chair pose. 1 more chair, sit low into your stance. Exhale, prayer twist to the left, thumbs to heart, bend your hips even more to make that connection of your right arm to your left leg. Set it up from the ground up, weight to your heels, bring your knees back in line to the front, hips square to the front. Now drop your tailbone lower, feel your glutes start to fire up. That's how you'll know you're doing it. Lift your chest higher and broaden it open even more to the side of your mat. Reach to the crown of your head, push your tailbone back. Amazing job, my friends. From here, slow, steady transition to that one-legged prayer twist. This time, your right foot stays down. Lift your left heel up. Then begin to lift your left foot all the way up from the mat as you maintain that elbow to leg connection. Bend your left knee straight out from your hip. Keep your twist opening to the side, long in your spine. You're here for 3. One-legged mountain in 2. And 1, one-legged mountain, arms up, gaze forward, breathe in. Exhale, set up dancer, left heel to seat, right arm high, point your left knee down, breathe in. Exhale, begin to dance your posture as much or as little as you please. You'll begin to feel a pretty big arch in your low back, more so the more you kick your heel from your seat and point your left knee back while keeping your chest lifted rather than letting your chest dip down towards the mat. Feel the stretch on the front of your left hip, opening in that space you were just engaging so deeply. For 3, standing splits in 2. And 1, standing splits, left toes go back, fingertips down. Inhale, get longer in both legs. Exhale, forward fold, feet to touch. Inhale, halfway lift, gaze down. Exhale, high to low plank. 1 more time for your practice today. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, kick your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step through to your palms. Inhale, warrior one. Step your left foot in slightly, push your left heel down, lift your chest, sweep your palms to the ceiling, and breathe. Keep your right hip pivoting a little bit back to square your hips forward. As you push into your left heel, feel that length along the front of your left hip as you bend at your right hip. Inhale, tuck your tailbone. Exhale, warrior two, widen your stance as you need. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg, sweep your right palm up. Exhale, triangle pose, push your hips back, reach your right arm forward, then drop your right palm down as you reach your left arm high. The goal here is to get nice and straight in your legs, but a little micro bend in your front knee, especially if you're super hyper flexible in your joints, will really help avoid hyperextension. Rotate your chest open, keep your side bodies long, reach from tailbone to the crown of your head, then lift your gaze up, sweep your left palm higher. You're here for 3. A wide leg forward fold in 2. And 1, wide leg forward fold, pivot your toes to face the side of your mat. Walk your palms directly underneath your shoulders as you hinge from your hips. Let your head hang heavier, bend your knees a little perhaps. We are right-sizing, working to right-size the energy flowing through your sacral chakra space. It's possible for it to be deficient, where it's kind of blocked, or where it's excessive, where there's kind of like a flood happening of energy. And so the poses, the postures we're doing are meant to bring balance to that. So just feel again a sense of connection to that creative self space. From your wide leg forward fold, we will set up a full pyramid pose. So shorten your stance a little bit between your feet. Then walk your palms forward, point all of your toes forward. You could tense your fingers framing your right foot, or bring your block with you and place your palms or your fingers on your block in front of your right big toe. From there, both feet flat on the mat, all your toes facing forward. Get as straight in your legs as you can as you fold over your right thigh. You evenly distribute your weight between both feet. So push a little bit more into your back heel because you've got a lot more weight coming naturally towards the front of your mat. From here, if you'd like one more deep twist, revolved pyramid, left palm to your block underneath your left shoulder, reach your right arm up, stacking it over your left. And again, keep some weight in your back foot here to avoid all of your weight tumbling towards the front of your mat. Spine stays long and fairly parallel to the mat. And then you twist open from there, really invigorating that sacral chakra space as you open to the side. Gorgeous. You're here for 3. Runner's lunge in 2. And 1. Runner's lunge. Toe heel your right foot out. Bring your palms down to the mat, left knee down. Just a couple breaths here in runner's lunge. So if we are deficient in our sacral chakra space, that means we're feeling deficiency in our relationship with our creative self. So ways that you might know that that's happening, if you're feeling literally rigid, so your body feels rigid, or you're being really stubborn or closed-minded about things happening, your beliefs, opinions, that's a sign of deficiency. Also, emotional detachment, literally detaching from other people, keeping other people at arm's distance. All of those are signs of deficiency in the sacral chakra space. From your runner's lunge, push back to your palms, and then come to low lunge. So bring your foot in between your hands, and then lift your chest up like you're in Crescent Moon. And now's when we're going to play around with the different options for doing the splits. So if you've got a block, bring it back near your right hip. If you've got a second block or something on your other side, like a water bottle, I'm using my little bookcase here. That can be helpful too. So this is actually version number 1 of the splits, because you're doing the splits in your back leg. Version number 2, the other one we've already done, is half splits, because you're doing the splits in your front leg. If you want to move into a little bit of both at the same time, place your palm on your block, push into it, lift your back knee up, Walk your back foot back, then walk your front heel forward. You'll eventually reach a spot where maybe that's enough for you as far as your body can go, and you can stop right there. If you can go deeper, you can keep up that movement as far as you'd like, maybe as far as your back of your right thigh and the front of your left, resting to the mat or underneath your block. Work to keep your chest lifted. Every chakra has some quintessential poses connected to it, and full splits is a quintessential pose connected to the sacral chakra because of the motion happening in your hip flexors. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Gently rewind. I don't know a super graceful way to do this in my body, but you're working your way back towards low lunge. So crawling your back knee forward, crawling your right heel towards you. And from your low lunge, as you get there, press back to downward facing dog. Find some wiggles, some pedals, some movements that feel good in your joints. Everybody pause for one breath. Inhale, I am. Exhale, creative. Let's do the final side. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step through to your palms. Inhale, warrior one. Push your right foot down, sweep your arms high. Pause and breathe in warrior one. Feel what's happening in your hip flexors. So nice and straight and long on the front of your right leg. Bend, push into your left heel to feel that little flex on the front of your left hip. Tuck your tailbone underneath you, press into your right heel, really engage through the whole right leg. Breathe. Exhale, warrior two. Open your stance, arms open wide. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your left leg, reach your left palm up. Exhale, triangle pose, press your hips back, reach forward, then drop your left arm down as you reach your right arm high. Rotate to your left rib cage underneath your right. Broaden your chest a little bit more. Sweep your right fingertips to the ceiling, and from there, maybe you lift your gaze up. You're here for three. Wide leg forward fold into. And one, wide leg forward fold. Point your toes at the side. Let your palms soften underneath your shoulders. This is a creative opportunity. Final wide leg forward fold if you'd like to do something different here. Remember, fluidity. One of the ways of noticing some deficiency is that notion of rigidity. And that could perhaps be seen in our practice, right? So allow yourself to be open, willing to be creative and fluid in the choices that you make. From this final wide leg forward fold, we've got one more pyramid to go here. So fingertips back to the mat, shorten your stance a little bit, and then point your toes forward. Bring your block with you, maybe underneath your palms or fingertips to the mat. As straighten both legs as you can be. Fold over your left thigh. I put a pretty generous bend in my left knee for all of these postures because my left hamstring is super tight. So again, you are welcome to bend your knee to help accommodate. That is part of creativity, doing what feels good for us. Opportunity for that final twist, revolved pyramid, right palm to the mat or to the block, then reach your left arm up, stack the joints of your arms as you twist open to the left. Again, keep some weight in the back of your mat. So repress into your right heel, open your chest, stay with your breath. You're here for three. Runner's lunge in two. And one, runner's lunge, fingertips to the inside of your left foot. Come down to your right knee. And just a couple breaths here in runner's lunge with the support of your mat underneath you. So if we are excessive in the sacral chakra space, when the energy is kind of flooding us, that is when we can feel like a lack of control over our emotional side. We can feel codependent, emotionally reliable, emotionally dependent on other people. Or if we're seeking out instant gratification, like instant pleasure, shopping, gambling, sex, smoking, drinking, et cetera, whatever our vices might be. Those are all signs of some excessiveness in that sacral chakra space. All right, let's do the splits on the other side. So from runner's lunge, keep your palms down, bring your left foot in between your hands and come up to that crescent moon shape. So again, this is splits version number 1. Totally hang out here. It can feel really good. Splits version number 2 is half splits, where we've also been, another good space to be. If you want to start to add the two together, again, press your palm to your block as you push down. Bring your knee a little bit back and your foot a little bit forward. Eventually coming to a spot where it's as far as you'll go. And for me, this is what it looks like today. So stop anywhere that you'd like. Remember, creative freedom is making choices that serve you best. Let's just hold here for a couple of breaths, really dialing in physically and energetically to the space that your creative self emerges. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly rewind. Doesn't have to be graceful, doesn't have to look pretty, doesn't for me. Eventually making your way to a final downward facing dog. Push your palms at the top, step your left foot back, pedal it out, wiggle it out. Everybody take a big breath in. I am. Big breath out, creative. Let's start to stretch it out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step all the way through, come to a seat on your mat. Feet out long in front of you, flex your toes to your face. You're totally welcome to keep an ample bend in your knees here. Seated forward fold, arms up high, breathe in. Exhale, hinge from your hips over your legs, bring your palms to the soles of your feet or wherever works for your body. Once I make that connection of hands to feet, I like to shimmy my butt back a little bit just to get a little deeper length in my legs. And then just invite yourself to fold even more down. Maybe rounding your chin towards your chest, bringing your forehead in towards your knees. It's more of a rounded forward fold as opposed to this nice long spine forward fold, which is another option of how we can fold over our legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly rise back up. Palms out in front of you, nice long spine, big breath in. Exhale, come all the way down to your back, one vertebra at a time. Once you reach the mat, supine half pigeon. Plant your left foot down as you bend your left knee. Hook your right ankle on top of your left thigh like we did in bridge, but this time your spine stays down. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you can interlace your fingers behind your left thigh and pull your legs in towards you, or whatever other version serves you in a little bit of a gentler, restorative, hip opening, stretchy posture here. We've already done a lot of hip opening, a lot of twisting. So these last final postures are really more about letting go, letting your body relax. You might let go of that Ujjayi Pranayama, feel a little more relaxed in your breath. If you're grabbing your leg and pulling it in, bring your left foot back down to the mat. Palms beside you like cactus your arms, breathe in. Exhale, twist your right foot over to the left and let your right foot just soften down to the mat. Shoulder blades stay down, your gaze can soften over towards the right. It's a gentle little figure 4 supine twist here. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And again, we are right sizing that energetic connection. Maybe that means you feel a little bit calmer, or it can mean you feel a little bit more invigorated, or both in different ways. Slowly twist your spine back onto the mat. Set up supine half pigeon on the other side. Right foot down, left ankle on top of your right leg. From there, if you want to go a little deeper, you can grab behind your right thigh and pull it into your chest, or just gently push your left knee open towards the front of your mat. Again, close your eyes if it's comfortable. Invite yourself to find a way to let go a little bit here. And then gently bring your foot back down to the mat. And then cactus your arms. Let your left foot twist over and soften down outside the right side of your mat. Just a gentle supine figure 4 twist. Your final movement in your practice, unless of course there's other movements that you'd like. That again is your creative option, right? To gift your body what you need today. And gently bring your spine back down to the mat. Unhook your foot, hug your knees into your chest, curl yourself into that tight little ball, chin to chest, forehead to knees, hug around your shins, big breath in. Open mouth, exhale, corpse pose, Shavasana, my friends. Legs long, arms long. Let your fingertips curl and relax. Your feet flop open. Unclench your jaw. Release the tension in your shoulders. And feel your whole body just melt towards your mat. I'm going to give you about 90 seconds here in stillness and silence to just simply be and breathe. Enjoy. When we create a bigger connection and a bigger establishment to who we really are, that idea of self-establishment that happens in the sacral chakra space, we then add into that a sense of strength and confidence in bringing that person forward. And that is exactly what the next chakra, the solar plexus chakra, is all about. And that's where our journey takes us next. So as you are ready to reemerge into your week, do so very gently. Wiggle your fingertips, wiggle your toes, do a little wiggle in your nose, just like Samantha on Bewitched. And then let those wiggles get a little bit bigger. Roll out your wrists, rock your chin side to side, wag your feet side to side. And as you're ready, come to a long body stretch. Sweep your palms behind you, point your toes in front of you. Enjoy a nice big breath in when you get there. Big breath out. Hug your knees into your chest, flop to either side into a little fetal posture. And then very gently, very gradually, make your way up to a comfortable seat. Root underneath your sit bones, reach through the crown of your head, close your eyes. Push your palms to heart center one more time. Let your sternum bone and your thumbs meet. Spread your fingers wide. And take a moment to just acknowledge and give yourself some gratitude and some kudos for being willing on a Monday afternoon to focus deeply and courageously on your own self-awareness and your own strength and being. It's really awesome to be part of. And then bring your thumbs to your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, a source of enlightenment, intuition, and humility. Take a moment to give some kudos to the other people that are here that get to be part of this community as well, and acknowledging that our energy reaches, even with Zoom, into each other, and we are better together. Bowing forward, we seal our practice. Peace, my friends.